Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kodash. Barakatah, double honor to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, blessings, salutation. See, elect Akim doing this work throughout the four corners of the earth, doing in truth and sincerity. Peace be unto you, blessings be unto you. This is an article here from thehill.com, June 12th. The title is Russia Staging Significant Military Buildup in Crimea Report. So basically, it's the atmosphere of war. Not only war, World War III, which is the war to end all wars. So I'm gonna read. It says U.S. intelligence officials say that Russian forces are undergoing a significant military buildup in the contested Ukraine region of Crimea, including around Soviet area military installations. One of U.S. official told Defense One on Wednesday that satellite imagery of Russian positions in the region depicted a deliberate and systematic buildup of their forces on the peninsula. The official added that Russia's buildup meant that the country's ability to strike targets in Eastern Europe now targeted Slovakia. Eastern Europe now extended as far as the Black Sea. The combat radius covers all Ukraine's and beyond the Black Sea. It significantly increases their strike options, potentially extending to the Middle East, the officials reportedly said. The second official added that Russian forces could strike targets beyond the Black Sea, including southern Europe and Syria, without even departing Sevastopol. The buildup of Russian forces comes despite demands from the U.S. and other NATO countries dating back to 2014, which demand the result of Crimea to Ukraine before normalized relations with Russia can continue. Russian forces have reportedly shown no signs of preparation to depart the area. Sarah Biggood, an expert on proliferation efforts throughout Russia and the former Soviet Union, told Defense One in a statement that increased forces in Crimea suggests that Russia is interested in being able to exercise more control over the Black Sea, which then affords them the ability to project power beyond their immediate environment. So I'm going to read this other paragraph. This is a significant buildup. NATO is going to be under increasing pressure from allies in the region to show that it's able to push back against Russian attempts to gain great control of the Black Sea. Bidgood, a professor of Millbury College, told Defense One, adding to me that that's a really dangerous environment, and kind it is. This is just a good article. It says the U.S. has maintained a position that Crimea belongs to Ukraine, and in November imposed sanctions on Russia businesses and individuals accused of operating in the region. So those Russians out over there, man, are some hard-nosed Edomites. You know, they're pretty much no nonsense. You know, so now NATO has to flex their muscles as well to fight back against Russia in the Black Sea. You know, and it's all different tactics being used, you know, in this culmination of World War III. Okay, just the different power moves that are being made. You know, because Russia is, if not the military, the biggest military unit, so to speak, in the world. It's also China as well. You know, United States is up there too. You see, NATO is getting is getting put in different situations. You know, which relies them to retaliate. All right, and NATO, we know NATO. You know, these NATO nations are you know, ultimately, you know, funded by the elites. Okay, the elite national bankers, and are basically puppeted by America. So really, it's Russia against these other nations, America's allies. All right, and it's all, you know, it's all geared towards the war coming up. You know, Jeremiah 50:22, a sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction. Con, because, you know, not only the different territory positions that are moves that are being made, there's also military buildup as far as infantry, different fighter jets and soldiers being positioned, warships. All right, different strategies being made. You know, and who's to say one day you wake up and an event happen where these nations, these enemies, nations get into a battle or have a skirmish, and then it kicks off, you know, this war. All right. Revelation 9:12. One woe was past, and behold, there come two woes more hereafter. Come. So World War I, World War II has already happened, but World War III is gonna come hereafter. It, it's funny because it doesn't speak of a World War IV or World War V. Why is that? Because nuclear missiles, ICBM, intercontinental ballistic missiles, are involved. And when a weapon such as that high caliber is involved, you know, after after that weapon is used, there is no coming back after it. That means that means armies are wiped out, people are wiped out, land is wiped out, life as you know it. And best believe Russia has that capability. You see, with the territory of the Black Sea, you know, they basically can have their enemies surrounded, or they're in a better, you know, position for these attacks. Okay, but we know ultimately, man, these so-called those Russians are really Edomites. You know, they're just hard-nosed Edomites. They're just bar none, you know, tough Edomites. But they're nonetheless they are. Okay, so you're gonna have all these nations get involved. You're gonna have, well, they're the same nation, but you're gonna have those Khazars, those so-called Jewish people over there in Israel, the state of Israel, get involved. You have Saudi Arabia, Iraq. Okay, these different nations get involved as well. You know, that's a pretty damn good article, because Russia's fighting, you know, has been fighting over Crimea for a while with Ukraine. As this article is stated, so yeah, they don't like Russia being in Crimea at all. So they're sanctioning them, right? Let me get another scripture, and that'll be it. Ezekiel 38:4. And I will turn thee back and put thy slocking. Sorry about that. And I will turn thee back and put hooks in thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all an army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, and all of them handling swords. God, so they're going, hey, Yahabashim Yahshai is gonna put those hooks back in these Russians, and bring them back into that war Soviet Union mind state, that warlike mind state. I believe they had that leader Joseph Stalin. I believe he was a leader of Russia or Spain. I think it was Russia, if I'm mistaken, Slovakia. All right, but I think I'm right. Okay, but that warlike mentality is going to come back. Although they have it now, it's just going to be amped up even more. It's going to spirit it Yahweh Shemi Al Shai. Is going to putting that spirit on them, and he says clothed with all sorts of armor. All right, like I mentioned, all those type of weaponry. Okay, jets and bullets. Esau got all these different type of weapons because that technology, man. You know, that technology is advanced, and they have a hold of it, because it tell you in the scriptures that he's wiser than Daniel. So he and that's his blessing as well. So he's made Esau wiser than Daniel as far as technology with weaponry and carnal things. But nonetheless, man, if any more on that article, you know, do another video through the Spirit, Lord willing. I'll say all praises to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Chakadash, Barakatah, double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, who be well. Peace, blessing, salutation to you, hopeful elect. Akim doing his work in truth and sincerity. Shalom.